I have Chief of Police Chuck Harmon and Mayor Bill Foster.
The details I can release tonight is we have one of our officers shot and killed in the line of duty. He was a 25-year veteran. At this point, I can't release his name. His family has been notified and they're en route. But until they are actually here, we're not going to release his name. What I can tell you about the incident, on Monday, the 21st, at about 10:30 p.m., this officer and Officer Donald Ziegler, age 41, responded to the 700 block of 3rd Avenue South reference a suspicious circumstance call. A complainant called us basically stating that he saw somebody behind a building with a broken brick and thought he might be trying to break into something. He was described as a black male, late teen or early 20s, wearing dark color hoodie. And the complainant last saw the gentleman that we're believing our suspect at this particular point jumping over a fence. Officer Ziegler arrived in the area at 10:34 p.m. With the officer who got wounded and later died here at the hospital, arriving a few seconds later. The officer located our suspect at 2nd Avenue South and 8th Street, approached the suspect, and at 10:37 p.m. there was an exchange of gunfire between the officer and the suspect. The officer was shot multiple times at close range, resulting in multiple wounds. The officer did return fire. We are not sure at this point whether the suspect in this was injured or not. We have been looking for the suspect since that time and in that general area, and our search continues as of this moment. We will hopefully be able to release the name of the officer in a few hours. We certainly want anybody that has any information to contact us at 893-7780, 893-7780. We are conducting, obviously, a criminal investigation. We have multiple agency response to this, and we're going to be working it throughout the night and into tomorrow. So I'll turn it over to Mayor Foster, and then if you have any questions, I will try to address those as best I can.
Well, I'm not going to lie, this city has been through hell. You know, it took 30 years to lose an officer in the line of duty, and within 30 days it's happened again. I can tell you cities don't prepare for this, departments don't prepare for this, but what I can assure the citizens of St. Petersburg is that the officers prepare for this every day. Because as I've said before, they get up every morning or at night, depending upon when their shift is. They put on a vest, they put on a badge, they strap on a gun, and they do very dangerous work. And they know that nothing that they do, nothing that they encounter is routine. They are well trained. They love this community. They love its citizens. They're professionals. And I've got teams out there tonight looking for evil. I've got other teams throughout the city protecting this city. And they'll be out again tomorrow. And they'll be out day in and day out, day and night, protecting our citizens, doing their jobs professionally, with courtesy, as they always do. They know the risk. And our hearts are broken. And what I ask our community to do tonight, tomorrow, and in the days ahead is to pray for the men and women of the St. Petersburg Police Department. Pray for the family members of this fallen officer. And pray for the city of St. Petersburg and all of its residents. We're still healing from the first tragedy, and it's going to take some time. We've been nicked again, but these men and women are strong, and they're pros, and they're back on the street, protecting our citizens, and they're going to continue to do that. So thank you all, but lift up this family in prayer tonight. God bless you.
I can tell you the attitude of the men and women who are responding here tonight and are out working in the field, it hurts, it stings. This killer has taken somebody very precious to us, a member of our family. As I saw their faces tonight, it was more, not again. And I will tell you, there's a lot of pain. But as the mayor said, it's our expectation, and I know that they'll go out and do their jobs professionally. But we have a killer on our loose that we're going to use every resource that we have to try and locate and apprehend. And again, I would just beg, if the public has any information or knows who this individual is, please contact us at 893-7780. And at this time, I'll take any questions that you have.
Chief, who are you looking for?
No. All I can tell you is the description I have. The complainant that called this in provided a general description. But people may, if he goes out, he's hurt, he's injured, he shows up somewhere, he tells somebody, that's the kind of information we're looking for. Please call us and let us know.
You mentioned the officer who was killed as a 25-year veteran of the department. How old is he?
I believe he's 46, if I remember correctly.
Chief, the officer who was killed, was he wearing a vest?
I'm not going to go into the details of the actual shooting at this point. Obviously, we're still conducting the criminal investigation on this. So I can't answer that question at this time.
How big of an area are you looking at as far as trying to catch this guy in the city of St. Petersburg at this point?
It was several blocks, not too far from here, west of us a little bit. But as we get information and we've kind of expanded and contracted and moved around a little bit depending on information that we've been receiving.
And obviously this guy would have shot at a police officer. He's very dangerous, armed, and everybody should be worried?
No, I think the information we have, there's a lot of officers out there right now looking for this person. And, there was some initial thought that we have him contained in a perimeter. We don't know. I would suggest people should be cautious and look for signs or something that's out of place. But we've got enough officers there that I doubt he would poke his head up. We may be at this until daylight. There's probably some searching that we need to do in the morning when we have some sunlight and be able to do it in a safer manner. So we're probably going to be out here for a while, holding down several blocks.
Are you anticipating school lockdowns, that sort of thing, as the sun comes up?
Well, I can tell you we've already contacted the schools and told them what our concerns were and what the potential issues may be. I think they're going to be making an announcement later on this morning about any school closures.
How big of a challenge has it been notifying the families? I realize it's in the middle of the night right now. Have you been able to get a hold of folks with the key?
Yes, and that's what took us so long in our delay of getting out here in front of you all tonight, was the fact that we did have to get the families. So yes, they're not here yet, and like I said, in a few hours we should be able, once they get here, to go ahead and release the names through Bill Prophet's office.
Chief, were 2 officers involved in the shooting? Or just 1?
No, the only information I have right now is just the officer who was killed returned fire. Not that we know of, and we don't have any word on any video.
But
I'm not sure.
2 separate officers did respond to this call, though, of this suspicious person behind the residence.
Yeah, actually, initially, when it became the information that we received that it may be a burglary, even more officers responded to it. It came in a suspicious circumstance call. The officers really didn't know what they had at that particular point, but that was how we responded to it initially.
The other officer that was involved in this initially, was he able to provide any kind of better description other than what we're being told?
We're interviewing him at the police department at this time.
Was the officer killed? Was he a patrol officer or was he a specialty squad officer?
He worked in a patrol division.
You were hearing the possibility of a canine officer involved?
No.
There were reports of 2 eyewitnesses. Is that accurate?
Not going to go into the investigation portion.
Do you know if the suspect was injured?
We do not know. As I said before, we do not know. It likely could be, and if somebody does have that information, again, 893-7780, and let us know.
Did you recover a
Thank
weapon?
you.